I just went randonauting. By the way, you like the shirt? I designed it. If you'd like to get your own ghost flower crown shirt, check the link in the description. It's on Redbubble. Yeah, Redbubble. Yay. Okay, I really feel old. I'm going to be honest. I'm not too far away from my mid-30s. So when these darn kids bring up their new apps and all these things, I have to try them out, especially when people are using these apps to find weird stuff. And I'll be honest, when I first heard about Randonautica, I had no idea what it was, but I decided to try it out. So this video is kind of going to do two things. It's going to show you how to use the app, as well as show you a few video clips of how I used it and what I found with it. It may or may not be that exciting. But before we get started, take a moment to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like. I'm always putting out videos, probably on a weekly basis. That's what I've been doing lately. I have some amazing adventures coming up, especially up in Gettysburg, which you will get to see in, oh my gosh, less than a month now. I'm also on TikTok, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I'm pretty much everywhere. Like I always say, I am not hard to find. Let's get started. Okay, so one of my Instagram friends alerted me to Randonautica, and they used it to find something really weird and strange, and my interest was piqued. And then I did some digging about Randonautica, then I heard about the teens in Seattle that found the body stuffed in a suitcase under a bridge. Yes, it really happened, which is crazy. So after that story broke, unsurprisingly, this app made waves. It pretty much went viral, for real. And I know the app has been around for at least a year, because there's message boards that date back to 2019. I think I might have even found one from 2018, but I'm not sure. But the big question is, what is Randonautica? So Randonautica is an app that uses a random number generator to give you a set of coordinates, and you go to those coordinates, and the idea is you get to explore the world around you, you get to see new things in your community. But the catch here is you're using a random number generator, and you are also using your intention. The app is very specific and says set your intent. So you're thinking of something like you want or you need or something you're curious about, and apparently this random number generator, which was created by the Australian National University, there's also another one, we'll get to that in a little bit. It basically gives you coordinates. Now, some people have reported like getting a sign for like a concern they had in their life. People have found like really weird stuff. Some people have found haunted stuff apparently. So it seems like the results are all over the place. So the big connection is you set your intention and the numbers pop up, the coordinates pop up. So if you want to try it, you need to download the app. Just type in Randonautica on your app store. And what's going to happen is you have to give it access to your GPS. So just a heads up if you're worried about security. And then you're going to hit this button that says Randonaut. And then it's going to ask you to choose a quantum point type. So you have some choices. You have anomaly, attractor, void, and pseudo. And then you're also setting your radius. So 300 meters is about a mile and a half, a little bit over a mile and a half. So attractor means that those are the areas where the quantum points are highly concentrated and most dense. Void is kind of the opposite of that. So it's where the quantum points are sparse. And then it seems like anomaly is like a stronger point between the attractor and the void. So they're known as intention-driven anomalies. And this is an area that has been hypothesized or theorized to be influenced by human thought, which I find so fascinating. And then we have pseudo, and from my understanding, this point is created through a random number generator, but more on an algorithm basis. I don't know, it's interesting. Again, this all works with your mind and synchronicity. Random number generator, your mind, synchronicity, it's your thoughts being manifested through this app. So after setting your quantum point type, you are going to then select an RNG. RNG is a random number generator. This is where you choose the Australian National University random number generator, or one called temporal. I can talk today. And my guess is the temporal one is more connected with today's date and the time that you're using the number generator. That's my guess. I could be wrong. Probably am wrong. So after you set your RNG, you are going to then set your intention. Now, like I said before, it can be anything that's on your mind. Now, you are probably going to have to wait a few minutes for things to pop up. It'll say like it's getting your location, then it's trying to find anomalies. I've noticed the more that I use the app, the quicker it is, but my first go around, I had to like select the button a few times and I had to like start over because it would just time out. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. So my first try, I started it in the parking lot of a shopping center because I had just dropped my cats off at the vet. My boyfriend was with me and I said, hey, you want to go on an adventure? Being the cool laid back guy he is, he's like, sure. So I turned the app on. We set out on our first, randonaut. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. We were randonauting. We went on our first outing. And it took us immediately to a residential neighborhood, which, okay. All right, I didn't expect that. Really, my intention was I wanted to see something weird. And the coordinates that it gave us, it took us to this cul-de-sac with this long driveway for a house. And I'm like, okay, we're not about that life of trespassing, so we turned around. After we went grocery shopping and got home, I decided to try it again. And this time it took us to another residential neighborhood. But what was interesting about it was it's a neighborhood that we really liked. We are in the process of starting to look for a house to buy a year out. This isn't something we're doing in the next couple months. It's going to be like next year. I thought it was interesting because we were like, oh, we actually started looking at houses instead of like randonauting. And again, the coordinates took us to basically somebody's backyard, beyond somebody's backyard. And again, we're not about that trespassing life, so we kept driving. And then the third and final time we tried it, it took us to what seemed to be like a rural area, only like maybe 5 miles away from us, maybe even less than that. And I'm like, cool, let's try it. And we get there and it takes us to a construction site, which was blocked off. And again, not about trespassing, so we ended up not going through with it. So I can't really tell you whether we had a successful randonaut out or not. I'm definitely going to keep trying it, especially when I go up to Gettysburg in a few weeks, because I am curious, and plus I feel like I'll have more to work with up there. I do live in a pretty dense area with a lot of people, so I feel like no matter what we choose, it's going to take us to probably a residential area. I did try it one more time. I didn't go out and explore though, but it did take us to an area, or would take us to an area on the side of a major road. I don't know. I really want to catch like something weird. Not a dead body in a suitcase like what happened in Seattle. Just like maybe a random artifact or a message on a tree. I don't know. I'll keep trying it and I'll update you all and let you know how it goes. I'll probably post those videos on Instagram and Facebook. So if you're not following me there already, you can follow me there right now and you'll be the first to know. I can't really offer you any advice on how to have a more successful experience with Randonautica, but I will give you some advice when it comes to your safety. So this is more of a warning. Could all of the points that we have gone to meant something to me and my boyfriend? Maybe. I mean, we have a whole house thing in mind. I'm getting ready to have a major medical procedure pretty soon, so that's been kind of stressing us out a little bit. Maybe these things meant something, but my intention was also I want to see something weird. Maybe there was something weird in the house in that first point we went to. I don't know. The common denominator is Randonautica took us to a private property every time, and we didn't want to trespass. So please, 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 please do not trespass. If it's taking you to a residential neighborhood, reset, try again. Don't go through a stranger's backyard to get to your coordinates. Also, I should say you shouldn't go randonauting after dark or by yourself. You should probably always have at least one person with you, and that's especially if you don't know where you're going. Be safe. Maybe have a first aid kit, some bug spray, because I've noticed a lot of randonauters have been going out to the woods, so, I live in the South, so bugs are a thing. And finally, if you see anything suspicious, don't touch anything, call the cops. Yeah. And if you've tried Randonautica, please share with me your experience. I would love to hear about it. And if you have any tips for me, aka I don't want to go to private properties all the time, let me know in the comments because I am all ears. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and find me on social media. Drop me a line and say hi. I love it when people say hi. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next round.